Hey, Flip Fam. Welcome back to Flip That Script. I'm Dana,
And I'm Holly.
and today we're diving into a topic that tends to raise eyebrows, spark curiosity, or even get completely misunderstood. So, today we're talking about hypnotherapy and what it is really and what it is not. So, let's start with what it isn't, because that's often where the confusion lives. Hypnotherapy is not mind control, it's not magic, it's not sleep. And it is definitely not about someone snapping their fingers and making you do something against your will. You are never unconscious. You are never out of control. And no, nobody is making you bark like a dog or reveal your deepest secrets without your consent. That's Hollywood. That's stage hypnosis. That's drama. It's not therapy. So, what is hypnotherapy then? Hypnotherapy is a focused and relaxed state of awareness where your critical, analytical mind takes a step back. And this gives us access to the subconscious mind, the part of you that holds on to your habits, your fears, your beliefs, your memories, and your emotional patterns. And I mean, you can think of your subconscious as like a scriptwriter, someone behind the scenes, while your conscious mind is the actor on the stage. And you might consciously want to change something like stop smoking or release anxiety, feel more confident. But if the script underneath is saying something else, that change becomes an uphill battle. What hypnosis does is it helps us rewrite that script gently, safely, and with your full participation. It's a collaborative process that you're aware of the entire time. And you're in control. You can open your eyes, you can speak, you can laugh at any point. And good hypnotherapy, it's tailored to you, your goals, your language, your truth.
Hypnosis is really a naturally altered state of consciousness. So we already go into trance daily. Everyone does. Daydreaming, driving on autopilot, zoning out, getting lost in music, even scrolling social media is a type of hypnotic trance. So it's just a focused state of attention where the analytical mind quiets and the subconscious mind becomes more receptacle. The conscious mind was our logic, our analytical skills. It's limited. It processes about, if you want to talk technical here, about 40 bits a second. But our subconscious mind holds our emotions, our symbolism. It's automated, it's vast, but it processes at 11 million bits a second. So that's why during hypnotherapy, we can help produce change so rapidly because the subconscious mind processes so quickly, but it also holds patterns that makes it very hard for us to change on our own. That's why you can have all the willpower in the world and you'll be all right for a little while trying to make that change. Then all of a sudden, bam, you're right back because our subconscious tries to hold us in homeostasis as to what we know. And that is formed off of our experiences that we have, mostly in our younger years, but also as we get older. So the subconscious keeps taking us back to the same patterns. The
Mm-hmm.
subconscious does that because it thinks that it's protecting us, not because it's trying to harm us. But hypnosis bypasses that critical filter of that conscious mind and it communicates directly into the subconscious, where it picks up very quickly in that subconscious mind. And like Dana said, it's not sleep, but it can feel kind of dreamy. You're aware, you can hear whoever your hypnotherapist is, and you can choose to stop at any time. You're simply in a state of heightened suggestibility and focused inward attention.
Exactly. And stage hypnosis, it is hypnosis. It's they use the same kind of way to put someone into hypnosis. But the difference is this is therapy. This isn't for entertainment. And those people that get up on stage, they're picked precisely by what their perceived suggestibility is. And not everyone's a good candidate for stage hypnosis, but everybody is a good candidate for hypnotherapy.
Yes, definitely they are. I mean, the one thing that we were taught and that I completely believe because I never feel like I'm hypnotized is the more you think you're not hypnotized, the more you actually are hypnotized.
Right.
And
Right.
so every time when I've received hypnotherapy, while my experience during hypnosis is not what others are, and everybody's is unique, I never feel hypnotized. However, it works every single time. But I've had clients tell me that they feel daydreamy or like they separate from their body and they're floating, or that they're so relaxed their mind and body is together floating on cloud nine, or that they've slept for 8 hours and 15 minutes because it's such a deeply relaxed state. And it depends on you, your circumstances, your experiences as to how you yourself experiences the state of hypnosis.
Right. And it's I'm the same way. I don't feel like I'm hypnotized. But I can guarantee that I have been. I mean, Holly herself, she hypnotized me once because I had this horrible toothache. I don't know if you've ever had a toothache, but this was terrible. And oh, it hurt so bad. And I couldn't get into the dentist and they wouldn't give me any pain meds until I got in there. So I had asked Holly if she would get rid of that pain for me, and she did. She did. And at the time, I didn't feel like I was in hypnosis, but that pain sure went away. And not only that, but the pain in my hip went away for a little while too. So,
I
I
just took
mean,
it all
she
away.
worked extra hard at that pain thing, but
And the same was I had recently had a major, major surgery, and Dana did some pain management for me. And I don't think I would have made it through without that because, again, I don't feel that I'm under hypnosis. But what she did with me took that pain away and made it bearable so that I was able to make it through recovery for that.
right. And when we say that it took the pain away, we still feel it. It just doesn't hurt. It's not, I mean,
It's
it
not a
feels just,
9 out of a 10. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not a 9.9
it's
out
more
of a
like
10.
I'm still here, but okay, I hear you. And you can ignore it. It's the kind of pain that you can ignore, but it's not,
Taking your breath away.
which is good
Or
because then you still know it's there and you still know. So if you're worried that maybe I should have known there was pain,
yeah. Yeah.
but your body still talks to you, it just doesn't do it as a scream. It just kind of whispers it to you then. And
Yes.
it's a lot more bearable when, I don't know if you have trouble getting into your dentist. I do.
Yeah.
And poor Holly, there was nothing they could do for her pain.
No. Hypnosis rewires those mental patterns through neuroplasticity, though. So when we give you suggestions during hypnosis, it's literally giving you new neural pathways and neurons that fire together, they kind of wire together.
Hmm.
So when those new patterns are wired for whatever it is, whether it's pain management, confidence, calm, focus, just really anything, it creates a new situation in the subconscious mind that the conscious mind accepts because the conscious mind is always checking with the subconscious to make sure what it thinks is what it knows.
Right. And I mean, there's a lot of things that could be debunked here today. If it's
Yes.
we went over, it's not you're not asleep. What about okay, so I've been told before people think that they can't be hypnotized because their IQ is so high. And that's not true. This isn't for gullible people or people that aren't, as book smart or their IQ is not that high. This is actually it's a learned skill. It's a learned skill, something that you have to learn to use. I mean, we use it all the time, but it's the learning is in learning how to use it and when to use it. So people with like vivid imaginations or emotional intelligence and introspection often go deeper than most. So you're not being tricked, you're being trained. It's just like the gym. It builds your body. Well, hypnosis builds your ability to shift your inner state and command. That's mastery, not weakness. And,
Exactly.
children are naturally suggestible, which is how our core beliefs get formed from childhood. So, which is, I think Holly said already, but this is going back to that. We just re edit those beliefs when we're adults with compassion and consciousness. And
And I believe my favorite clients are the high intellectuals
yeah,
because they really do have a certain amount of disbelief, but then they really go in deep and they see the benefit immediately and they just come out smiling and just loving the rest and the relaxation and allowing that nervous system to be regulated. And I think those are some of my favorite clients when you're able to help them with that.
yes. And I believe some of them, they'll come out, those clients, they come out and, they feel like they've been really relaxed, but they still don't know that it's worked yet. Like it hasn't fully turned in their mind yet. And then the next time you see them, they're like, you know what? It really did work.
Right. Right. And I think that too, because hypnosis really provides access to the root causes of these things, to the memories and the limiting beliefs, that early programming, like Dana and I have both mentioned, and the unconscious associations. A lot of times we don't know why we feel a certain way. It could have been passing comments that were made that literally took root in our subconscious mind. And being able to work with a good hypnotherapist, one that is ethical and one that has studied and know what they're doing, we can help uncover those root causes and rewrite that script in your mind to undo the damage that was done. And not just in the experience of trauma or PTSD, just in the experience of life. We all have things that are implanted into our subconscious that we didn't choose to be there. It could be from when you're 5 and you were told, "You're so loud. You're always loud. You need to be quiet." And so you've lost your voice and you're 35 years old perhaps and won't speak up for yourself because you're too loud. So you silence yourself. And we can go back to the root of that and help you change that pattern. There's nothing wrong with speaking up for yourself, but a simple comment like that that's repeated to you can cause a lifetime of feeling
Damage.
unworthy and shrinking.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our own issues come from when we were children. The things that the other kids said, the teacher said, our parents said, or even our siblings. When you hear it enough, then it sticks.
Yes.
And it's really
Hypnosis
hard.
allows.
Without hypnosis, trying to change your mindset alone, that's hard. You really have to. It's going to take a long time with just talk therapy to
Yes.
change that. By
And talk
hypnosis.
therapy is great.
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking it, but
Yeah.
it's a longer time.
Yes. Hypnosis aligns the subconscious with the conscious goals.
Hmm.
If the subconscious isn't on board, it's just not going to happen. Again,
Right.
it might feel like it's starting to happen and then you slip backwards. But hypnosis bridges that gap between what you want and what the subconscious believes, feels, and expects, rewriting those patterns.
Right. And what's another myth about some people think it's evil or demonic. And like religious shame
Yes,
as a weapon. But well, what if going inward isn't a betrayal of spirit? What if it's a return to it?
that's a good point.
I mean, it helps people connect with their worth and their truth and their divine spark. I don't see the evil in that. I don't,
Right.
I mean, Holly has talked about Jesus going into the wilderness for 40 days.
Yes.
And I mean,
And that
that's
was an
trance.
inward journey
Yes,
alone. He went into the wilderness to be alone to take that inward journey.
exactly. Moses, the same way. He saw a
Mhm.
burning bush.
Yes.
And I believe that every major spiritual tradition has vision quests,
Yes.
silent retreats, even meditations and rituals.
Mhm.
It's just the language that's modern of going within. It's not that
Yeah.
modern, but
Right. Right. A little more modern than biblical times.
yeah. You're
I
not
mean,
replacing you're not replacing your beliefs. It's just maybe expanding
exactly.
because
Hypnosis is healing. It's healing, it's empowerment, it's transformation. And all ancient texts talk about those very things, healing, empowerment, and transformation. So it's not betraying your spirituality or your spiritual beliefs. It's actually enhancing them. And
exactly.
what we call one thing, the church will call another. We just recently went over that last week. So if you haven't seen that episode, you should go and watch that one where
Yeah.
we do compare the words that are used like in religious churches versus what other spirituality would call them.
And self-awareness is not a sin. So I
Yes.
and really that's all we really do in hypnotherapy is self-awareness in whatever you're presenting for your transformation. It's self-awareness. Whether you need confidence or need to quit smoking cigarettes, lose weight, it's
Exactly.
still self-awareness.
And hypnosis is a collaborative process. You're not under the control of the
Yeah.
hypnotherapist. As hypnotherapists, we are really just guides. You're the one doing the work. And your subconscious will never accept a suggestion that goes against your core values. The reason that hypnotherapy works is you have a desire, you have a want, a desire to change, acquire something, become a different person. And
Mhm.
because you have that, your conscious and your subconscious mind will line up and we guide you into doing that. So it's not a do to process, it is a do with process. And hypnosis can actually access your deeper wisdom. So it's like what many describe as experiences of inner guidance, higher self, ancestral healing, soul memory. It can be a sacred journey inward, not just a clinical tool. So hypnosis is very broad. I don't think that there is many things that it cannot help with. And a lot of times people don't realize that
Yeah.
hypnosis can help with high blood pressure, ADHD, OCD. It can help with so many things, pain management,
Mhm.
and especially trauma and PTSD. I think those are big
Trauma and PTSD.
things.
But what about pregnancy and the birth?
Yes.
I love that, and I wish I would have known when I was having babies.
Yes. Hypnobirth, that
Mhm.
hypno epidural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That would have been
natural
amazing.
birth with no medication and no pain.
Yes.
Absolutely sign me up.
Right?
That was the
Right?
thing when we started school way back when. When I first
Yeah.
heard that, I was like, and I'm done having
What?
babies. Why didn't I know this before?
I know. Well, in your case, because you have boys, daughter-in-laws, right? You can
Right?
help your
I can
daughter-in-laws.
help my daughter-in-laws.
Yeah, which is
someday.
amazing. We can help so many women with that. I have 8 daughters, so I have lots of
Oh yeah,
people
you got lots.
outside of outside of clients even, but yes, there's so many areas. Dentists use it as well for
Yeah,
anesthesia. They actually have clients, they or patients for dentists that cannot have anesthesia, and they use hypnotherapists to come in and do hypnoanesthesia. It is very broad in the ways that hypnotherapy can help. And with even enhanced performance or embodiment to increase focus for athletes and CEOs, artists, performers, regulate their stress, boost their confidence, and achieve that flow state that
right.
people, even athletes get into that flow state. So we can help with that as well. Hypnotherapy is so vast, the possibilities are endless.
They even used to use it in the military
Yes.
for when they were out in war times. They would use hypnosis for anesthesia. But we'll get into that in another episode.
Yes. Yes. Hypnosis helps regulate the nervous system is the biggest thing. It
Yeah.
shifts the body into the parasympathetic rest state, and it rewrites the trauma response gently and safely, and it anchors in calm, and it is grounded states it ground states in the body of that calm. So that's another reason that the military used it. And we're not, again, getting too deep into that because this is going to be a series where we do talk about several things involving hypnotherapy. So hold on for those future episodes. They'll be interesting.
They're going to be exciting. And again, it's not, hypnosis isn't dangerous. It's you go into it every day, and we're going to get into some darker things in the next couple episodes. But we just wanted to assure you that you might get this information and use this information so that you know what you're looking for because we're going to be so, all right, our next episode, we're going to be doing a pop culture and we're going to go over a couple movies and compare as to what happened in the movie and is that reasonable to believe that that could happen or what would the real result be. We're going to compare the Hollywood and actual hypnosis. And these movies are, what are the names?
We're going to we're going to mainly discuss the movie Get Out and also the movie Stir of Echoes. So
Right.
if you haven't watched them or you haven't watched them in a long time, brush up on them. Go back and watch them. Really pay attention to the hypnosis portion of it. And we're going to break down what's real, what's not.
Right. And as you watch these, I want you to understand that sure, there are shady folks in every field, but a certified clinical hypnotherapist is trained in psychology, physiology, and their trauma informed care. Often they have trauma informed care.
Yes.
So,
And keep in mind too that hypnosis is empowerment. It's not escape.
no,
It doesn't erase your past. It transforms your relationship that you have with the past. So you wake up to your power through the subconscious mind. It's not about taking your memories away or anything like that. It's about helping you have a different relationship to those memories that are not so dysregulating to your nervous system.
we're not over here casting spells.
Right.
I mean, I'm here to help you rewrite your script that's been running your life. And we use breath, guided imagery, strategic suggestions that we discuss before going in. So you already know what suggestions are going to be made. We agree on it. You say, yes, that's what I want. And that's how it goes. It's not hocus pocus.
Yes.
I mean,
There is
hospitals
plenty
use
of
it.
science behind it.
Veterans use it for PTSD. Like You just want to make sure you find someone that you trust and who is certified by a reputable school. If you are, looking for a hypnotherapist, and I mean, you might want to think, hey, Holly and Dana are hypnotherapists.
We'll have our information in the comments and in the story notes.
But I
And
mean,
it is very important to find a reputable hypnotherapist because just like any type of field, even doctors, we know
right,
that just because they're a doctor does not mean they're the doctor for you. And we know that sometimes doctors become disbarred and
right,
cannot practice medicine any longer. So you do want to find a reputable hypnotherapist that's ethical because ethics play a big role in it. And one that listens to you and trust your intuition with that as well. Trust your intuition. If things don't feel right, you don't have to do it. There is nothing that
right,
says that you can't walk out of a session or stop a session. Now, that is not true. Most hypnotherapists are ethical,
right,
but of course, there's always that chance of running across someone who isn't.
right,
Just like a mechanic who tells you that you need a whole new engine when all you needed was maybe an oil change. Okay, so
right,
there are unethical people in every single type of business and exchange between people.
right. And
So
I mean,
trust
we
your
we still go to mechanics.
yes.
We just find one that's reputable. And I mean, people, they project their fear of the unknown onto things that they don't understand. And that's what happens with hypnotherapy a lot, because I think there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of Hollywood, stereotypes here that this is what's going to happen to you.
Yes.
But it's just self-work.
It is. It really is. I mean, and think about it. There are lots of agencies that use hypnotherapists. There are forensic hypnotherapists that help victims recall things that happened during their incident. There are hypnotherapists they have used in the military, in the CIA, and the FBI. There are all types of platforms where hypnotherapists have been used, including in doctors' offices. I mean, hypnotherapy is a very broad tool that can help a lot of people. And again, it stands in the fact that you find an ethical hypnotherapist that's certified and under an agency so that you know that you are getting someone who's truly there to help you.
Right. Absolutely.
So, because hypnosis can help you reframe and rewire, and it helps you emotionally regulate the nervous system, there is also ways that we can help victims of domestic violence. It allows you a new emotional experience to the past versions of yourself and moving on from that victim into survivor into a thriving life. It can help many ways in all different kinds of situations. And a lot of trauma comes with domestic violence, rape, crime incidences that perhaps happened against you, sex trafficking, and all of those. Hypnotherapy can really come in and help you move forward in life and rewrite how you associate to the incidences.
So some people think that, they could get stuck in hypnosis and just be stuck there if someone doesn't want to bring them out. But that's not true. I mean, if something happens and we're mid session and I just quit talking and walk away, you're not stuck there. You're just going to open your eyes and be like, okay, what happened? Where'd she go?
Right.
Or you'll just fall asleep and then wake up later because you're so relaxed. You might just
Yeah.
fall, but you won't get stuck. That
Just
could
like a
never,
nap.
never, never, never
Yeah.
happen.
It can happen. You can't get stuck in hypnotherapy just like you can't get stuck in a nap. Although sometimes I think we might want to be stuck in a nap. And
Yeah.
some people want to be in hypnotherapy longer. I
I
think
want to
one of the
just
most
stay.
common things I hear is, "Why did you bring me back out so quick?"
I know.
I want him
Even
to
in
stay.
meditations, even in our meditations in the mornings, they do that
Yes.
constantly. But I don't want to come back yet.
A lot of people also think it's just a placebo or make believe. And there are hundreds of peer reviewed studies showing that hypnosis is effective in everything, from quit smoking to managing your IBS and to healing trauma. So it's
Even
not
to slow
pretend
bleeding,
exactly to
which is
slow bleeding.
amazing.
Hmm.
That was
It's
another one that
proven.
amazed me.
That is. Also, another myth is you're going to forget everything afterwards. And that's not true unless you're doing specific types of therapy that you're requesting this. Most clients remember everything and feel more clear and empowered afterwards.
Now, I will say I have had at least one client that didn't remember anything I said when they came back out. But that is because they went so, so, so deep that
Yes.
they were almost sleeping. Like I would say they were sleeping. Honestly, when I was doing it, I thought this woman's sleeping. And so when I brought her back, and she came back when I counted her up, and she
Yes.
was like, and I said, "Well, did you, you know, you like it?" She's like, "I don't remember anything you said," and I was like, "Really?" I was like, "You fell asleep." So the next time I did her, I had her answer me with her finger for yes, and then two for no, or whatever I had her doing.
Hmm.
Like I just had her make a motion. And she answered me every time. Throughout it, every once in a while I'd check and see. And again, she didn't remember. And that was just how she went into trance. But
Yes. I mean, depending on what we're doing as hypnotherapists, we know for an average person, we know how deep to take them and how light to take them depending on that person. But sometimes people just go in deeply. There are a certain group of people. I've had one or two clients as well that went in so deep. I've had some tell me, I remember bits and pieces, and others tell me I didn't remember anything. But though the one that I have that repeatedly did that, she was going to sleep. She was falling asleep during hypnosis because she worked nights and wanted to do it right after she got off her shift, which meant she was exhausted.
yeah.
Although the hypnosis still worked, the hypnotherapy session still worked, it still accomplished what she needed, but she was literally going to sleep during it. And I would try to bring her up, and I would either have to bring her completely out or keep her so on the surface. And she liked to go in deep because it was so restful for her.
And I think that's what this woman's thing was. I mean, later we found out she had cancer and all that other stuff. But
Yeah.
so it was probably just so relaxing and everything was so calm that her body finally felt like it could rest.
Yeah. Just
But we
allowed her
didn't
to
know that when we
relax.
were doing that, but the hypnosis did work.
Yes. So hypnosis is not dangerous either. And I think Dana mentioned this earlier. When done by a trained professional like Dana or myself, it's one of the safest modalities available. No side effects, no medication, and just pure deep changes. And so we wanted to talk a little bit too about this series that we're doing. So today we are covering what hypnosis is and what it's not. And we've pretty much covered that at this point. And the next one will be our pop culture episode about hypnosis in Hollywood and debunking or saying, hey, yeah, that is how that works. The one after that is going to be the dark side of hypnotherapy and how there have been people who have misused hypnotherapy willfully and unwillfully against people.
Hmm.
And then for our fourth one in the series and our final one, we are going to show you hypnosis here on the podcast with some volunteers. We're still screening volunteers. So if you'd like to volunteer to have a free hypnotherapy session during our podcast, please drop us a comment and leave us a way to get in touch with you, and we will reach out.
I hope that we've help to demystify this process and reconnect to the power of your own mind. And if you enjoyed this conversation, just do us a favor and like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps us keep creating these soul fueled episodes that blend science, mystery, and a bit of wisdom.
And speaking of mystery, remember for our next episode, we're diving into two iconic films that feature hypnosis in very different and sometimes problematic ways: Get Out and Stir of Echoes. So if you haven't seen them, or if it's been a while, consider this your sacred homework. Watch both, bring your popcorn and your critical thinking hat, and we'll be pulling them apart through the lens of psychology, culture, race, and what they get right and very wrong about hypnosis.
And if you're still curious about anything that we may not have mentioned, just send us a message or ask when you join us when we gather every single morning for our Flip That Script meditation at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and every Sunday night. We invite you into our hypnotic imagery journey at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. These moments are where the magic deepens.
And oh goodness, our She Reigns Now retreat is coming up the first weekend of October, and it's going to be an intimate, soul stirring experience. And spots are limited. So if you've been waiting for a sign to claim your power and your space, this is it.
Links are in the comments. So until then, stay curious, stay grounded, and as always, flip that script.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.